Rose with some nice D. Gasol, a screen on Conley. Rose goes inside to Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Gasol's got his second bucket.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
I mean, what are you going to do defensively? He can just rise up and bang down a three ball like that, and they get such separation with the height advantage.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, up by 6. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
Everyone knows about how strong Chicago is with their defense, but they do it in a way where they don't get into a lot of foul trouble, and that's huge.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Inside, Gibson and Noah. Brooks is out there with D. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3, the small forward. To the left side wing. Gibson against Green. Lock at 6. Gibson passes to Coleman. From 13. Good work defensively by Gasol.
You know, as you said, a lot of teams will play physical and tough defense, but can get in trouble with fouls as a result. The Bulls avoided that and were near the bottom of the league in fouls committed per game.
But his performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
Brooks against Conley. Brooks kicks it to Noah. Shot from the wing. It's rebounded by Memphis. And that is the best kind of defense, where, Steve, you can exert pressure and not give up free points.
Pressure is all you really need more often than not in the NBA. Whenever you're on the floor against these Bulls, you have to be careful with the ball.
Coleman, he's covered by Thompson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Noah. Here's Gibson, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Those three-pointers off the mark. Bulls trail by 10. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Pau Gasol made a big move this summer to join the Chicago Bulls. He was courted by a number of teams, but went with his instinct. He sees the Bulls as a team that can compete for a title, saying without a doubt it is one of the championship favorites in the East alongside Cleveland. We'll see how far they go, guys.
We will indeed. Thank you, Doris. Chicago calls timeout. Butler, he's checked in for Brooks. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Gibson inside. And he dunks it in right on Zach Randolph, right over Zebo.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
And here's Conley outside. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, you know, for teams in the NBA nowadays, it's all about getting bang for your buck. I mean, Mike Conley out of Ohio State, one of the great value contracts in the league, and with all the analytics and general managers looking for value, Memphis happy to have an all-star caliber player like him still locked up through 2016.
Thompson misses.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Here's Coleman, and that one's good.
Boy, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. And you have to give Mike Conley, Steve, an awful lot of credit for the emergence of the Grizzlies, I think, as a factor in the Western Conference.
Yeah, Kevin, I think he's one of the best point guards in the league. Probably doesn't get enough credit, but his progression as a player at both ends, year after year. He just seems to get better, and he provides that poise and leadership that his club needs.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. From 7. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Mirotic, the 23rd pick back in 2011. The Bulls had to wait a while for him to come over. But, Steve, it looks like their patience will be rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, he was an MVP in the Spanish ACB League. It's probably the best league in the world after the NBA. So a lot of NBA GMs really regarded him as the best international player outside the NBA last season.
Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Dunleavy, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for D.
Mirotic leading Real Madrid to the title in the Copa del Rey tournament. He got the MVP of that tournament as well. He's still young, but he's been proven at a very high level of competition, and you never discount that. That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Yes, one thing to create a turnover, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity. That's even better. What an excellent performance from the field for him.
Bulls trail by 5.
And Mirotic, a native of Montenegro, moved to Spain when he was 15, so he's made the adjustment smoothly to playing abroad. Now we'll see how he adjusts to the NBA.
Noah's shot is off, and there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That is his first foul of the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Thompson outside. Mirotic brings the double team. Thompson outside. Kicks it to Gasol. Just 5 to shoot. It's up a 3. Thompson misses.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
That's good. And it's 6 points for Pau Gasol.
Has pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Thompson from long range. Good on the shot. Thompson's got 40 points.
Now, the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. That's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for Green, and Allen subbed in for Thompson. Coleman's checked in for Chicago. Conley against Rose. Conley kicks to Kufis. Knocked loose. And here we go. There's the feed to Mirotic. And Rose, wide open. He shoots. Another three for Chicago. 9 seconds left now here in the second. Outside Conley from downtown. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great.
And a tight game here. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Talk about some great numbers for Thompson. 40 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You know, the waiter has been exceptional here, guys.
Boy, he put on a show from the three-point line in the first half, didn't he? We'll see if the halftime break had any cooling effect on him.
Yeah, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Thompson is out there with Allen, and it's Green in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, the Bulls, known for their hard-nosed style of play, something Coach Tom Thibodeau calls, quote, Chicago tough. Center Joakim Noah said, I don't think our style would work everywhere. It represents our city. Our whole thing is playing with more of an edge than the other team. He added, we aren't scared of anybody. Guys?
They don't back down. Thanks, Doris.
Well, Marc Gasol missed some time last season with injury, but you can see just how important he is to a team when he's gone. I mean, the Grizzlies were nowhere near as imposing when he was sidelined by injury.
For Memphis, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Here's Randolph, plays it up and banks it in. Randolph's got 4 this quarter. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Outside Rose. Now, here is Mirotic, guarded by Green. On its way from Rose for 2, and it's Chicago scoring again.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
Pass to Green. Right wing. Randolph with the ball. Gasol covering. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Passes it to Coleman. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Mirotic has a wide open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, you know, he was a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It was kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. But he's hired a personal chef. He's eating better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries.
The drive by Allen, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Paul Gasol.
Well, the Bulls were expected to play a role in free agency this past summer with all the capital they had. A lot of options in terms of which way they could go.
Memphis shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And Allen drops them both. With the Bulls, it was thought that Melo or maybe even Wade could be one of their targets. But Clark, they opted to go big and bring in the former Laker Pau Gasol.
And you know what? To get Gasol in there might seem like overkill with Noah already manning the middle for Chicago. But I tell you what, his skill set would be a nice compliment to Noah and the rest of that front line.
A long front line. Huh?
Big time. Now, This is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
The dish to Mirotic from past the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got 6 rebounds in the game. Thompson passes to Allen. Mirotic brings the double team. Rose against Allen. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Thompson. Here's Randolph. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Some changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Randolph. And Udrich in for Green. Pass to Mirotic. Outside Rose. This is to Gasol. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending, deflected away.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Allen. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Thompson. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Conley dishes to Kufis. Back to Conley. And he finishes nicely on the way up. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
It's stolen. Here's Coleman. And that one's good. D's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Conley kicks to Udrich. Back to Conley. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time. That's 7 points for Conley.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Udrich, the pass to Conley. He dishes it to Gasol. Down low. Here's Kufis. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
And really deep three that time. 15 points for D.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Memphis leading by 4. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
17 seconds left in the third. Here's Gasol, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Here's Coleman, and it would have counted. Phone, but it's offline. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, today it comes from one of the men in the middle, Kevin. Let me tell you, anytime